What's up, Planeswalkers? Theoric6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena Beta. What day is it? Alright, it's Muldrotha day. Let's get into it. It is later than I would usually go to sleep. But my computer is doing some weird background process that I don't really want to stop. And going up against Hasn't Co. On days where I have work, I usually record a video beforehand. But I didn't like want to record while I had the thing up because like I figured it would be oh, I have lands. Oh, I have lands but no action. Oh, this is such a terrible idea to keep. But I also don't want a mulligan. The greed. The absolute greed. I didn't want to record, but if I didn't record, then I wouldn't be able to upload video until like 7, which I just like don't want to do. So if this video is a little bit more hitchy, I apologize. I very well might just like upload a bonus video tonight. I'm not sure, but I might, because I don't know what my computer's doing, and I don't want to stop it because it's been acting weird. It hasn't been able to update, so I tried to force an update, and so it's just been like freaking out. Also, another reason that I'm up later than I would usually be is that it's hot. I don't have like central air. I essentially only have a fan, and it does not help. So even if I weren't recording, I don't think I'd be able to be asleep because of how hot it is. Like, yeah, I had no idea. It's too hot. I'm glad that I kept my hand. We're going against what looks like Esper Control. They missed a land drop. In what world is that ever correct? I mean, I presume that they have a counterspell, but I also presume that they don't have a ton of 2-mana counterspells. So even if they counter this, I can Muldrotha next turn and then follow up with Liliana again. Sure, that's fine. If they also have Essence Scatter, then that's gonna suck. But yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no reason. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for me to cast Muldrotha when I can just try and murder my opponent. I should have led with Gifted Aetherborn, I think. But let's see what's on top. I will keep that on top. We're just gonna have a ton of value that our opponent's not going to be able to deal with because they kept a 2-land hand in control. Like, my keep was risky because it had very little gas. And if my opponent was playing aggro, then I would definitely be punished just because I wouldn't have a ton. I don't think that was correct either. I honestly think that it's better to kill Branchwalker because Branchwalker is a faster clock than Aetherborn, but I don't know. I mean, he got another land. I assume his hand is like a bunch of like anti-aggro cards, so maybe his keep would have been better in like that type of vacuum. But in a control deck, I think that keeping a land-heavy hand is a lot safer than keeping a land-light hand. But I mean, I guess that he has. I mean, his counterspell. For all I know, he doesn't have Essence Scatter, so his counterspell wasn't even good against a lot of varieties of decks, so I just don't know. Scarab God was pseudo-bait there. We don't necessarily need to run Muldrotha into a counterspell or some form of removal. And it looks like it's going to get removed. Sure. Not really removal, but tempo card. Yeah, so I mean, I don't agree with my opponent keeping their hand. If I end up losing this game, then it's going to be a shame, but meh. Alright, cool. They have 4 mana now. Let's see what they would like to do. I don't agree with tapping out for that.
Evil must not be tolerated.
I mean, I guess he's just trying to get... I mean, I'll give him a land if he gets a land. That's not true. I'm going to give him a Gearhulk. I think I can kill him before he gets a chance to use Gearhulk effectively. Yeah, I'm giving him a Gearhulk. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugh, only 7 mana. I think I'm just gonna Vraska's, and next turn I can Muldrotha into either a land, because I played the Evolving Wilds this game, or if I draw a land, then I can Evolving Wilds into Gifted Aetherborn. I will absolutely be disappointed if I lose this game. Because I was talking crap about keeping a land light hand in control. But maybe he runs like 27 lands, and I'll just draw a bunch of them. I mean, he's getting there. It is hot. I hate summer. I hate sweating. This is awful, and it's gross. Like, I'm fairly certain that I'm just going to go and like sit in a cold shower. Just like to cool off. Like I've had ice cream twice since I've been home. Like it's awful. I meant to use this as a spoilers discussion for M19. I just talking about how hot I am and how I think my opponent is not in a fantastic position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Am I able to cast? No. I'm not. Because for some reason it always wants to use that, and I have no idea why it prefers using that. It's like actually stupid. Okay, will you just... Ugh. It would even have tapped it for excess mana? That's so stupid. This mana tapping system is not great. Does this get countered? Looks like it. Okay, maybe I regret gripping. Oh, no, that's fine. So he'll probably have the ability to use Torrential Gearhulk, but like... what's he going to use it on? I guess he could use it on... No, that's... Oh, it's an instant. So he could use it on Consign. Just in order to delay a little. But I think he's on slow enough of clock. Like I'm certain he has a land here, yeah. So he has the ability to use Gearhulk, but I'm curious. So he uses it in main phase, which is interesting. And I assume he just consigns me? I mean, if he consigns me, I mean, I guess I just to see what he decides to do. Because I don't... I mean, that didn't do a ton. Because I can still attack with Gifted Aetherborn, like, easily. And, like, this doesn't get countered. I mean, I can attack here, Muldrotha the land. Next turn I'll have Scarab God active. And if at some point this dies, then I can Scarab God this, get back Vraska's. Like, I don't see that play is good, and it looks like he's gonna block here, which I think is just like he has to have something else, right? And the reason I'm casting Muldrotha here is because of the line of even if he has removal for Muldrotha, right, that'll take up part of his mana and part of his turn, and it theoretically will give me the opening to cast and use Scarab God. Anyone else's guess is as good as mine. Maybe he has another Torrential Gearhulk, which I still don't think will save him. I'm gonna go ahead and get Greenland. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 black. 1, 2, 3. I go. Let's go black source. Who cares? I mean, honestly, I think I'd just like cast Vraska, or not Vraska, Liliana, like before I attack. And I could even just attack with Muldrotha because it doesn't change my clock, right? Like attacking with both deals 9, puts him to 3, or puts him to 2, and this would be able to kill him anyway. Attacking him for just 6 puts him to 5, and if this gets removed before I deal damage, then like nothing matters. But if like either way, it's going to be a 2-turn clock. If this lives, I put him to 5. I can kill him with this. If it doesn't, then I don't need to throw away my Merfolk Branchwalker in the case that he has Settle the Wreckage. I'm also potentially constraining his mana by casting Liliana first, guaranteeing my ability to utilize Muldrotha's ability. So here I am fine plussing.
As I will conquer you.
Shut up, Liliana.
Oh, look what I found.
But what did I find? That's what's really important. Lands, awesome. Do I need to cast? Yeah, I'm gonna cast Gifted Aetherborn. Because I'll still be able to play Merfolk. It's so hot. I'm dying. So yeah, I'm just attacking with Muldrotha. Actually, I have 2 other creatures. Maybe I don't care. Because I'll also have another Branchwalker. Yeah, screw it. I disagree with myself now. I think it's fine attacking with both. Even if he uses Settle the Wreckage. And the reason is because of Seal Away. Right? If I just attack with Muldrotha, he can just Seal Away. And that's fine, right? Like, I still have a fantastic board, even after Muldrotha. I've gotten the value out of it. And I have a great board still. Yeah, use timer, whatever, shut up. Like, I just got the ability to play something right now, and it was, like, back here when it started. The timer, like, doesn't take into account things resolving, and I think that's stupid. I will keep that in the library because I'm fine drawing that. And I have a Planeswalker and a 2-turn clock still. I also have a ton of mana, like... My opponent has 5 cards in hand. I have access to several cards. I can cast Scarab God before I activate Liliana. And if my opponent counters it, then I can just use Liliana to get him back. Essentially for free. So, like... notably, I don't have a counter spell. Even with theoretical access to Gearhulk, I don't have a counter spell. But I am just fine just running all of these guys in there. If he wants to thin my deck again with another Settle the Wreckage, I'm fine with that. So there is a risk of doing this, and the risk is... Well, no, because he could have cast that... Could have pushed, sure. I was going to say cast out, but he could have cast that during my my upkeep. So, I was playing earlier, and I put a stop on my opponent's... Oh, I'm dumb. This doesn't have a specific stop for draw. I didn't realize that. So I put it on first main. I meant to put it on draw. I'm just stupid and thought this was draw for some reason. Okay, so he 1-for-1'd, kind of. Alright, I'll cast Scarab God. Didn't save a lot of blue. But yeah, even if he counters this, I can just get it back to Liliana and be fine. Sure. I've essentially lost nothing because the 2/2 does not matter. And Scarab God. Value. 1/2. I have enough mana for this. Just had to make sure it didn't use my only blue mana left. Cool. Your turn. Let's see if you can survive. so hot. Let's see. So I read an article on the Mothership, Daily MTG, and essentially, Mark Rosewater said that like the reason that they brought back core sets, and it is meant to be number one, first and foremost, a product for new players. Additionally, they're able to graveyard. I don't need it. They are able to play a role for reprinting things either for other formats. I don't need any of this trash. Either for other formats or for fixing standard. I think that it's cool, and they've already shown a like commitment to that statement. They're reprinting Scapeshift and Crucible of Worlds that we know of so far. That said, they are mythic. I don't have a counterspell. No. Sure, that resolves. I'm curious. Settle the wreckage. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, Now, of note, if I had a disallow in here, I'd get his thing and counter this, but I don't, so. Sure, yeah, that's fine. Like, this animation is happening, and I'm losing time. Like, I think that's trash. I guess another blue source. So essentially they stated that because new players have a significantly greater chance of seeing commons, they're going to concentrate the new player cards to commons and uncommons, and concentrate role player cards, things that fill a niche for standard or reprints for commander or modern or something like that. They're going to keep those at rare and mythic. Now, that's a good and a bad thing. I really feel like Wizards has steered away from like having good uncommons. Why would you ever attack? Go ahead and use this. Use double again. I still don't need to take that yet. Like, there's no reason that uncommons have to be super bad. Just like make commons good again. But reprints in a big set like a core set, even if they're mythic, it's still hopefully going to drive the price down a little bit. I didn't realize I had another mana. It's fine. I didn't want to use the Gearhulk yet. I don't need any of these cards. All of them go away. That's my opponent on. 2? Cool. Oh, I guess I could have used it for that. Meh. No. This game is so long. Let me kill you. I mean, I guess I'm being overly cautious. Is there another settler wreckage? I think there might be another settler wreckage. Is this if they die? No, cool. Doesn't matter. I can't hit this anyway. Man, this is frustrating. I'm thinning out my lands. I have no more basic lands in my deck. This glitch happens from time to time. Oh, okay, cool. I have 25 cards left. Blockers. Dabbledge. +1. I need creatures in my graveyard.
Death is ever present.
Cast one of these. Use the blue again, but I don't actually care. I got a Scarab God. Champion of Wits, sure. Counter it, I dare you. Alright, you didn't. Double bin, Fatal Push. I don't care. Is this excessive? Maybe? I don't know. Get that out of here. Okay. Anyway. I'm disappointed that they're probably going to keep all of the quote-unquote good reprints at Mythic, because it kind of betrays a fundamental statement that they've had about the roles Mythics are supposed to play. Like, when Mythics were introduced in Alara, a lot of them felt like Mythics. Like, these felt like splashy cards, not necessarily powerful cards. And, like, it feels like a curve, just like a straight-up linear curve of Mythics getting less and less flashy and more good. But I mean, you know, it's Wizards. They can kind of do what they want. Which, you know, I guess that's not actually true. This has been 21 minutes. There's no way Muldrotha is gonna have a game last like less than 10. So, I'm just gonna rant for a little bit. I didn't even get to talk about spoilers, but whatever. I am glad that they're reprinting cards and printing cards with Standard in mind. And like fixing Standard in mind, and helping Modern, and helping Legacy, and printing cards specifically for Commander. I think that's fine. I think keeping them at the higher rarities in order to not overload new players, I think that's fine. I do think that commons should kind of be a little bit of a bridge, or uncommon, sorry. I think that uncommon should be a little bit of a bridge, because like uncommons need to be better. My decks shouldn't just be a bunch of rares. That's like why I stopped playing Standard in the first place. I realized at one point my decks were just like rare lands, rare and mythic cards, and maybe a couple of uncommons. And I was just like, this is insane. And then I play freaking Death and Taxes in Modern, and while more and more good rares have gone into the deck, there have been commons that have been printed relatively recently. Thraben Inspector, which is good in that deck, right? Like, I don't know. I digressed. I'm just a little worried about an over-reliance on using Mythic as a way to reprint expensive cards, because it really feels like Wizards is being too gun-shy. It feels like Wizards is caring too much about the secondary market. I guess they're also looking at draft. And like, you don't want to see a bunch of Crucible of Worlds and Scapeshift in your draft picks in your rare slot, because, I mean, they're understandably, they're not good limited cards, like, at all. Like, you don't want to see those in your rare slot, but then just pick a good uncommon, right? Like, I don't know. I'm hesitant to say that Core 19 looks amazing. I think it looks good. I think they may have found the balance for helping new players as well as reprinting cards that need reprints. And Crucible of Worlds and Scapeshift needed reprints. But we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for anyone who stuck around for that miniature, 4-minute ramble. I hope you liked the video. Again, depending on various factors, I may or may not have a bonus video this evening. Don't hold your breath, though. But if you liked the video, go ahead and tap the like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment in the comment section down below. And until next time, all will be one.